The United States Government Publishing Office is an agency of the legislative branch of the United States federal government. The office prints and binds documents produced by and for the federal government, including the Supreme Court, the Congress, the Executive Office of the President, executive departments, and independent agencies. In December 2014, an omnibus spending bill funding U.S. federal government operations was passed, which included a provision changing the name from Government Printing Office to Government Publishing Office. Following signature by the President, the change took effect on December 17, 2014. History. GPO was created on June 23, 1860, by Congressional Joint Resolution 25. It began operations March 4, 1861, with 350 employees and reached a peak employment of 8,500 in 1972. The agency began transformation to computer technology in 1980s, along with the gradual replacement of paper with electronic document distribution. This has led to a steady decline in the number of staff at the agency. For its entire history, GPO has occupied the corner of North Capitol Street NW and H Street NW in the District of Columbia. The large red brick building that houses the GPO was erected in 1903 and is unusual in being one of the few large, red brick government structures in a city where most government buildings are mostly marble and granite. An additional structure was attached to its north in later years. The activities of GPO are defined in the Public Printing and Documents chapters of Title 44 of the United States Code. The public printer, who serves as the head of GPO, is appointed by the President with the advice and consent of the Senate. The public printer selects a superintendent of documents. The superintendent of documents is in charge of the dissemination of information at the GPO. This is accomplished through the Federal Depository Library Program, the Cataloging and Indexing Program, and the Publication Sales Program, as well as operation of the Federal Citizen Information Center in Pueblo, Colorado. Adelaide Hasser was the founder of the Superintendent of Documents classification system. GPO first used 100% recycled paper for the Congressional Record and Federal Register from 1991 to 1997, under public printers Robert Hooke and Michael DeMario. GPO resumed using recycled paper in 2009. In March 2011, GPO issued a new illustrated official history covering the agency 150 years of keeping America informed, with demand for print publications falling and a move underway to digital document production and preservation. The name of the GPO was officially changed to Government Publishing Office in a provision of an omnibus government funding bill passed by Congress in December 2014. Following signature of this legislation by President Barack Obama, the name change took place on December 17, 2014. Public Printers of the United States. By law, the public printer heads the GPO. The position of public printer traces its roots back to Benjamin Franklin and the period before the American Revolution, when he served as public printer, whose job was to produce official government documents for Pennsylvania and other colonies. Public printers: Alman M. Clapp, John D. DeFries, Sterling P. Rounds, Thomas E. Benedict, Frank W. Palmer, Thomas E. Benedict, Frank W. Palmer, O. J. Ricketts, Charles A. Stillings, William S. Rossiter, Captain, Henry T. Bryan, John S. Leach, Samuel B. Donnelly, Cornelius Ford, George H. Carter, Augustus E. Genick, John J. Deviney, Philip L. Cole, Raymond Blattenberger, John M. Wilson, Felix E. Christophane, James L. Harrison, Adolphus N. Spence, Harry J. Humphrey, L. T. Golden, Thomas F. McCormick, John J. Boyle, Samuel Saylor, Danford L. Sawyer, Jr., William J. Barrett, Ralph E. Kennickel, Jr., Joseph E. Jennifer, Robert Hooke, Michael F. DeMario, Bruce James, William H. Turry, Robert C. Tapler, William J. Borman, DeVita Vance Cooks. Published government documents. Official journals of government. GPO contracts out much of the federal government's printing but prints the official journals of government in-house, including Code of Federal Regulations, Public and Private Laws, the Congressional Record, the Federal Register, which is the official daily publication for rules, proposed rules, and notices of federal agencies and organizations, United States Code, United States Statutes at Large, House Journal and Senate Journal. Passports. GPO has been producing U.S. passports since the 1920s. The United States Department of State began issuing e-passports in 2006. The e-passport includes an electronic chip embedded in the cover that contains the same information that is printed in the passport: name, date and place of birth, sex, dates of passport issuance and expiration, passport number, and photo of the bearer. GPO produces the blank e-passport, while the Department of State receives and processes applications and issues individual passports. GPO ceased production of legacy passports in May 2007, shifting production entirely to e-passports. In March 2008, The Washington Times published a three-part story about the outsourcing of electronic passports to overseas companies, including one in Thailand that was subject to Chinese espionage. Trusted Traveler Program Card. GPO designs, prints, encodes and personalizes Trusted Traveler Program cards for the Department of Homeland Security, Customs and Border Protection. GPO publications cumulative copyright catalogs, medical and surgical history of the War of the Rebellion, official records of the American Civil War, U.S. Congressional Serial Set, United States Adjutant General's Office, Military Information Division. Publication Issue 33. Washington, GPO. Retrieved February 19, 2011. Closing parenthesis. United States Adjutant General's Office, Military Information Division, p. Publications Issues 33-34. p. 528. Retrieved 1 April 2013. United States Adjutant General's Office, Military Information Division, Stephen L. H. Slocum, Carl Reichman, Adna-Roman Chaffee. Reports on Military Operations in South Africa and China. July 1901. Washington, Government, Print, Off. p. 600. Retrieved February 19, 2011. CS1 maint. Multiple names. Authors list. Issue 143 of document. United States War Department. Issue 33 of publication. United States Adjutant General's Office. Stephen L. H. Slocum, Carl Reichman, Adna-Roman Chaffee. United States Adjutant General's Office, Military Information Division. Reports on Military Operations in South Africa and China. Washington, GPO. p. 600. Retrieved February 19, 2011. CS1 maint. Multiple names. Authors list. United States Bureau of Foreign Commerce, United States Department of Commerce and Labor, Bureau of Statistics, United States Bureau of Manufactures, Commercial Relations of the United States with Foreign Countries during the years. Volume 2, Washington, GPO. Retrieved June 28, 2010. CS1 maint. Multiple names. Authors list. United States Bureau of Foreign Commerce. Reports from the Consuls of the United States, issues 124 to 127. Washington, GPO. Retrieved July 17, 2011. United States War Department. Annual Reports of the War Department, Volume 1, Part 2, Volume 1, Part 4. U.S. Government Printing Office. Retrieved 24 April 2014. United States Office of Education. Report of the Federal Security Agency, Office of Education, Volume 2. U.S. Government Printing Office. Retrieved 24 April 2014. Philippines. Gobernador-General, Philippines. Governor. Report of the Governor-General of the Philippine Islands to the Secretary of War, U.S. Government Printing Office. Retrieved 24 April 2014. Chen Da. Chinese Migrations, with special reference to labor conditions, Volume 340 of Bulletin of the United States Bureau of Labor Statistics, Volume 85, Issue 19 of House Documents, U.S. Government Printing Office. Retrieved 24 April 2014. GPO publishes the United States-style manual, among the venerable series of Foreign Relations of the United States for the Department of State, Statistical Abstract of the United States for the Census Bureau, and Public Papers of the President, covering the administrations of Presidents Herbert Hoover onward. GPO Police. Security for GPO facilities is provided by the Government Publishing Office Police. The force is part of the GPO's Physical Security Group and in 2003 had 53 officers. Officers are appointed under Title 44 U.S.C. Section 317 by the public printer. Their duty is to protect persons and property in premises and adjacent areas occupied by or under the control of the Government Printing Office. Officers are authorized to bear and use arms in the performance of their duties, make arrests for violations of federal and state law, and enforce the regulations of the public printer, including requiring the removal from GPO premises of individuals who violate such regulations. Officers have concurrent jurisdiction with the law enforcement agencies where the premises are located.